Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available 1987, the album, Dad, Shimmy Shimmy AF. And if I only could make a deal with God and get him to swap places, be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Boost! How are you guys doing today? I don't think I've ever sang that song on this channel, and that is like literally one of my favorite songs of life. I'm a huge Kate Bush fan, and let me tell you when you know you're getting old, okay? You know you're getting old when one of your favorite TV shows, that is a new TV show, and I'm talking about Stranger Things, right? They highlight a song, okay? Kate Bush, Running Up That Hill. They highlight a song, and it becomes famous again in your lifetime, which doesn't happen very often, okay? And it becomes famous because a character in the show is listening to it on a cassette tape, on a Walkman, which you used to listen to on a cassette tape, on a Walkman, in Indiana, and the show takes place in Indiana, to get rid of demons. I feel like my life has come full circle, okay? I'm now listening to that song and singing that song on my channel to get rid of the demons. And by demons, I mean beauty influencers. So let's not get that twisted. Let's not get that confused at all. How are you guys doing today? I have a few things I want to talk about. I'm wearing my... I was like listening to all this old music of mine today because I was like I want to pick a song from my past. I want to pick a song from like when I was in high school, all that music. I have a playlist on my phone and my iTunes. It just says high school music. And it's like The Cure, The Smiths, Susie and the Banshees, Gene Loves Jezebel, Public Image Limited, you know, I mean, all these like punk rock bands that I loved back in the day, and Kate Bush is one of them, and Kate Bush came on there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sing this song. But I was like looking for a t-shirt. Like people tell me all the time, they're like, Peter, you should do Get Ready's with me. People would really find that interesting. So let me tell you how interesting that would be, okay? First of all, I get up and I go, ooh, and then I have a little coffee. Well, first I do my prayers and meditations. I have a glass of water, and before that I take Mr. Boo Radley out. And then I ask myself if I'm ready to start my day, okay? And by that means, are you ready to get on your phone and see all the toxicity that is in the world? Because I have to get myself centered first before I do that. It's a little trick I learned in therapy years ago, and I still do it every single day. And sometimes somebody asked me this not too long ago, they're like, well, what do you do if you're not ready to start your day? There are many days that I don't feel like I'm ready to start my day, and I just sit out and, you know, listen to the birds and people mowing their lawns, and I just become part of the universe and realize that, you know, it's just like Janis Joplin said, all the same fucking day, man. And, you know, and I just do a mental gratitude list and think about all the things I'm grateful for in my life and how blessed I am, and it kind of right sizes me. And then I think, you know what, like, you have a pretty amazing life and you need to be really grateful for that. And then when I get there, because people are always like, you always wake up so happy, on my other channels, not on this channel. I know people think I'm angry as sin over here, but then, you know, like, I don't wake up happy every single day. I do many days. But, you know, some days I have to work on it. Some days I have to, you know, pull out gratitude and all meditation books and affirmation books. But then I start my day, right? And by Get Ready's with me, after I've done, you know, taken Mr. Boo Radley out and gotten him his treats and gotten him settled for the day and all that kind of stuff, and I've done my meditations, my prayers, my gratitude list, and all that kind of stuff. See, I'm not a bullshitter, okay? Like, these are things I practice. I show it on my Peterisms channel. I talk about it in my vlog. I mean, these are things I literally do, okay? I don't just get in a video and go, well, okay, like, there's a walk to my talk. So I just want to make that very clear. And the reason why I say that is because the person that I was, you know, 28 years ago and 9 months before I got sober is not the person that's sitting in front of you today, okay? The person before that date, before December 17th of 1994, was a selfish, self-centered, really sick person that would cheat people and lie to people and was a horrible person and was not nice. I've worked very hard to become a different version of myself today, and I believe that anybody out there can do that. I really do. I mean, I believe that there's some kind of like innate evil in the world, like serial killers and things like that, but I really do believe that people can change and grow. And listen, I am by no means any perfect example of anybody or even myself. I believe we continue to grow through life and new lessons are presented to us. And like my sponsor in recovery says to me often, you know, this is an opportunity for growth. Are you willing to take it? Sometimes I'm not, and sometimes I am, you know, and those opportunities for growth, that I'm willing to take, you know, I usually learn a lot from them, and they help me grow into a different, and I like to think, a better version of myself. And the reason that I say that, okay, is not to like, you know, whenever I say that, there's always those people out there that like are so offended that I'd say that they're like, oh, you're gatekeeping this, or you're no, I'm just trying to show you as an example of somebody that you can change and grow, okay? You know, I was talking the other day when I was in my meeting, and the topic was character defects. It's step 6 and 7 and 12. See, I go to meetings, okay? Like, I walk the walk, right? I mean, and not everybody has to get sober, you know, by a 12-step program. I totally understand that. There are a lot of different ways to get sober, you know? But anyway, that's what works for me. So we were talking about character defects. And when I got sober, you know, I got sober by around a lot of like older people that had been around for, you know, 40 years at that time, 30 years and whatever. And what they would say is that, you know, like, I'm going to have these character defects. And character defects can be things like, you know, lack of patience, anger, fear, protecting predators, you know, anger, fear. I mean, take your pick, right? But we all have them. We all have, you can just Google character defects and tons come up, right? And so what I was taught was that, and this kind of goes into what I'm talking about today, because I'm going to talk about Raw Beauty Kristi again, but I'm going to talk about some other things as well. But you know, what I'm really loving that my channel has kind of evolved to in just the last couple weeks, and honestly, naturally, it was never my decision, is kind of this channel has kind of morphed into a little bit of my vlog, a little bit of my Peterisms channel, and a lot of, like, drama commentary. And I love that, because I love to share pieces of my life with you. So anyway, I was told that, like, if, let's say a fear, because fear is one of my biggest character defects, you know, that if I have fear, I'm going to always have, you know, this specific fear or this anger, or you're never going to get rid of, like, impatience in your life. I'm not so much a believer in that today, you know? Like, people like my best friend Tanya Jean taught me that if you are somebody that is impatient, practice the opposite. You know, I was taught to do things like, when I go to a store, let 3 people go ahead of me and just stand there and wait, and you'll be taught patience, right? And these are things I did in recovery, and still to this day am told things to do by my sponsor and people in recovery that I do, you know, to continue to change and grow. And the reason that I share that with you is because I don't believe that these people that I talk about, and I know that a lot of people are like, no, they can never change, they can never grow. I don't believe that, okay? I have hope in humanity. I really do. And maybe I'm an idealist, you know, my husband tells me that a lot. He's like, you have a lot of hope for people that are far gone, and maybe I do. I don't know, you know? But I'm really happy that nobody ever gave up on me. And so even though I might be, you know, hardcore on people, or you guys say I come for them or whatever, I always genuinely in my heart have hope that they will change and grow. And, you know, in fact, last night, I started feeling really bad. I was like at the casino with my friend for the very last time ever, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm playing this game and I'm getting bonuses and I'm doing good. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I feel bad about coming out against Raw Beauty Kristi. Now, I don't feel bad about Manny, okay? I did it first. I don't feel bad about all the other people that I've come out about, but I felt bad about Raw Beauty Kristi. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. You know, maybe, and then I caught myself and I was like, no, Peter, that's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit. Because this is what a lot of these influencers do to pull in their fans, to pull in their audience, to pull in you, so that you don't talk to them. This is, talk about them. This has happened for years, okay? This is why I didn't talk about people. Because I felt bad. I was like, well, maybe they'll change, maybe they'll grow, you know? I didn't call Manny out forever. You know, I was just talking to another drama channel earlier today, and this person said to me, I told you about Manny long before you ever distanced yourself from him. I said, there's no truth, there's no lie there. You're right, you know? And so I think a lot of the responsibility lies on us, which is why I'm talking about bringing attention to you. As Kristi said in her video, that the importance of drama channels, she said this in her video about the downfall of the beauty community. Kristi said, and she acknowledged the importance of drama channels, and she said the importance of drama channels is because they bring information to the consumer. That's all I'm doing. I'm bringing information to you. That yes, I'm using Kristi's own words against her. And that's fair to do, right? Like she said that. So, Maybe she's changed her mind, you know, since she's now at the core of all this. I don't know. I'm sure she probably did. She also told me that she would never unfollow me or something like that. She's like, I don't have any issues with you, Peter. You know, she's since unfollowed me since I made my last video. So, which is totally fine with me. I mean, like, I don't want any interactions with Kristi. She's not who I thought she was, and I don't need to have any interactions with her again. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop talking about her. Or that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop talking about her. But anyway, you know, I have a lot of hope in my heart for these people that I talk about. I want them to change and grow. And no, this is not my intro. This is the video. Okay, I just want to make that clear before people are time-stamping this thing at 24 minutes and things like that. This is the fucking video, okay? But I am going to talk about some very pointed issues with some of these people in a second. But anyway, like I said, maybe I'm an idealist, you know? My mom's, my mom loved music. My mom loved the Beatles. And I didn't know what to put on her tombstone when she passed. And so I picked one of her favorite lyrics. And one of her favorite lyrics, and I'm probably misquoting this, is, "Some say I'm a dreamer, I'm not the only one." And it's a Beatles quote. And I probably get that from my mom. You know, I probably get that from my mom, that I have a lot of hope for the world. That I think that just by smiling at somebody, maybe we're changing their day. Or that maybe if we are direct with people and we tell them what the issue is or what to do. And I was very direct with Kristi on the phone. I was kind to Kristi on the phone. I was nice to her. You know, and I'm going to get to this in a second because all these influencers reach out. And I really, looking back on it now, and I've made a decision about how I'm going to handle this going forward, which I will share with you. I really feel like I have been manipulated for many years by a lot of these people. And I knew it, like in my gut, I knew it, but like just realized it, like how fully it had gone on for a very long time, right? So maybe I am an idealist, you know, maybe I am a dreamer, but I don't think I'm the only one, like the Beatles said, you know? And I really want these people to change and grow. Now, I do want to address one thing. Well, first of all, I just want to say, about the get readies with me. People always tell me, Peter, you should do get readies with me. Okay, this is literally the get ready with me. Okay, are you ready? So this is Peter Monn when he wakes up in the morning. Okay, this is my hair in the morning. I mean, it's very thick and very full. And this is what it looks like when I wake up in the morning. Can you imagine waking up next to me? Okay, so anyway, getting ready with Peter is like this. So I play some music to kind of get into the mood, okay? I usually just shuffle my iTunes and then I pick a song from that. Today I was wanting to listen to some kind of old school tunes because I was like reminiscing about high school and my friends and things like that. And my friends are all over the place, my good friends from high school. I have a friend that lives right up the street. I have a friend that lives in the same town that we went to high school with. I have very good friends of mine that live in Portland, Washington and Bellingham, or Portland, Oregon and Bellingham, Washington that are diehard hippies. You know, and they were some of my dearest friends ever, you know, and my best friend, you know, during college and my roommate while I got sober is now she's married to a rock star and she lives in Germany with him and, she went on the Warped Tour. And, you know, interestingly enough, I've never asked her if she ever met Jeffree Star, but I think that was kind of before his time. But anyway, so this is what a get ready with me looks like. I put on some music to kind of get in the mood. I already have, like, kind of mapped out in notes what I'm going to talk about. And then I brush my teeth, and I wash my face, and I pick whatever hat I'm going to wear, usually first, because you don't want your hats not to match, but I don't really care at this point, so I'll wear blue with black. And then I pick a t-shirt out to wear. And today, I am wearing this t-shirt, and it says, "Read My Lips," and it's two guys kissing, and this t-shirt is very important to me because this was the original t-shirt from the AIDS organization ACT UP in New York City, and I believe that it started around 89, 87, something like that, and when I first came out, I bought this t-shirt in white and black at Pride Day. And a lot of people had it, and Madonna wore it in her, I believe, what's that, the Truth or Dare documentary about her tour, her Blonde Ambition tour. And I loved this shirt. It means so much to me. And, you know, I talk on my vlog, not often, but a bit, about all of my friends that I've lost to AIDS and how coming out into the world of AIDS in 1990, and it had really been before me, but I came out into this world of AIDS, right? And what that was like, and so many friends of mine that contracted AIDS, and many of them died, and many of them are still here, asymptomatic today, thank God, you know. And somebody reached out to me the other day on Instagram, and he's actually sent me messages before, and he asked me to, I don't want to share his personal story, but But he put it on my Instagram, but I'm not going to share it. So anyway, he asked me if I would do a video talking about how HIV and AIDS has affected me as a gay man growing up. And, you know, I've had that thrown in my face at times when people don't like me. They'll say, like, you AIDS, F-A-G. And there is no shame in being HIV positive or having AIDS. There's no shame in being a drug addict or an alcoholic. There's no shame in having mental illness. And to throw that in people's faces or to criticize people about that, and I'm going to talk about mental health here in a second, is so sick. And, you know, the reality is this, and and I'm going to make that video because he asked me to make that video, so I'm going to make it for him. And I think I'm going to make it on December 1st of this year, which is World AIDS Day. And the thing is this. Oh God, I'm all over the place. I've asked myself many times, how did you ever make it to 51 and not contract HIV when so many people that you know did, right? So many people that, to be honest with you, slept around a lot less than I did. But, you know, like, from the movie Kids, if you ever saw that movie, which was fantastic, you know, Chloe Sevigny slept with one person in the movie, as her character slept with one person, and I think his name was Casper, and he had infected all of these virgins, which was the importance of that movie. If you remember that movie, it was such an important movie at that time because it showed that you can only have sex with somebody one time. And that's why it's important, you know, and as a community, as a gay community, we took back our power and reduce the numbers and things like that. And it's a different world. And I think that, you know, the only reason I'm sitting here today is because I missed bullets. I don't know why. I mean, you know, I think often about, like, the movie Schindler's List in the year that it won. You know, there was a documentary about the concentration camps, and this woman that was the main star of the documentary. This is like a vlog tonight. What is going on? This is not where I thought this video was going to go. But anyway, I'll just finish this up quickly. But the year that the documentary won, the director gave her the Oscar, and she stood up and she said, for the past 50, 60 years, every day I've asked myself, why me? I am no different. I think that's really important in talking about these people. I want you to know that. I don't consider myself any different than the Jeffree Stars or the Shane Dawsons or the Trisha Paytases or the Robbie D. Christies. I don't think I'm any better. I don't think I'm any worse. I think it's what I do, you know? I think it's whether or not I choose to take opportunities for growth and learn from them. I think it's whether or not I choose to have a therapist and work with a therapist. I think it's whether or not I choose to do certain things in my life. I think, you know, that's the opportunity that they have. It's not my fault that they don't choose to take it at times, you know? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But everybody can grow and change, and I just want to say that. And I never lose hope for these people. I never do. And I say in my videos often, you know, I want for these people to grow and change. I say that a lot in my videos, and it's the truth. It's how I feel. Now, I want to tell you, I woke up this morning and I felt like shit. As you can probably hear in my voice, probably from yelling at the slot machine too much last night. And so I texted Alex and I said, Alex, I do not feel good. I feel like I have a temperature. I am not feeling good. And he goes, you need to take a COVID test, because one of our good friends, I haven't seen her in weeks, but he was like, she just tested positive for COVID, and he goes, a lot of people are testing positive for COVID. So I took a COVID test. I'm not positive. You know, interestingly enough, I think I'm like the only person I know that Alex thinks we may have gotten COVID before, like, they started really talking about COVID, because we were sick that like late fall, early winter. But I never took a COVID test, so I don't know. But I had a false positive COVID test one time, and then like a couple days later I took another one and it was negative. So I think I'm the only person I know that has never tested positive for COVID. I mean, I have lost friends of mine that have passed of COVID. And it's just crazy to me that I've never tested positive for COVID. I don't know. It's not like I'm the healthiest person in the world. So anyway, okay. Let me get my new reading glasses out. And, here it is. Okay. So I want to read this comment that this person put on my, my video yesterday. And she said, and this is, I read some of her comments the other day. She was the one that made the comment about Joey Graceffa. And she's made many comments on my videos through the years. Some positive, some not so nice. She's come a little bit for me and things like that. But she, and so I just want to make this clear. My video yesterday was an hour and 17 minutes. So she commented and she said, you say, let me know what you think in the comments, but the fact that you're still going off about my comment 2 days later tells me you don't want to know what we think. You want an echo chamber. No, sweetheart, I don't want an echo chamber. And in fact, I said in my video yesterday, okay, I welcome opposing opinions. I learn a lot from your... I'm not even going to go down that road and say everything I said in my video yesterday. There's no point, okay? Go watch my video again. You watched an hour and 17-minute video, and the only part you took was that I referenced, and I went back and watched the video. I literally said, like, oh, like this comment that I got the other day. That's literally... So out of an hour and 17 minutes, that's all you took from it? Okay, so I just want to make this very clear, okay? This isn't because I don't like you. This isn't because I hate you. This isn't anything like this, okay? You are obviously so self-centered that you think that the entire world revolves around you, that I would be so focused on one comment that you wrote 2 days ago, okay? It's not that deep for me, all right? But I made an entire video about those comments, so I'm referencing the video, really, not really so much your comment. But I blocked all the other people, and I didn't block you because you have left me nice comments here and this, but you've gotten over time more and more critical and a little hateful, and so it's obvious you don't enjoy my channel, so I'm just going to block you, okay? And then maybe because you don't have the ability to leave these ridiculous comments, you'll just stop watching my channels and you'll be a much happier person. I don't know what else to tell you, okay? So just so you understand that, okay? It's really not that deep. And if you go back and you watch the video, and actually, it was right around the time that I referenced your comment that I said, I don't have any issue with people leaving opposing comments on my videos. And I got a lot of comments where people said, I've left oppositional comments to you. I don't agree with you all the time, but I still watch your videos. Okay. I don't have any issue with that. I made that very clear in my video yesterday. I've made that very clear in other videos of mine, okay? But I also said, can we not live in a society where we can have a discussion with each other, where we're not just coming at each other? I'm a drama commentary channel. I get on video and I share my opinion. Y'all share your opinion in your comments, okay? Trust me, if you come for me, I'm going to read your comment in a video probably, okay? But I think what would probably be better for me to do going forward is, because I think a lot of those people kind of want attention, is just to block them so I can go on and talk about other things. So let's talk about other things. So, sweetheart, I hope that you, and bless your heart. I mean, because, sweetheart, you, like, are really troubled about this stuff, okay? I appreciate the time that you spend on my channel. I don't think I'm for you anymore, and so I'm going to help you along, okay? So that was the first thing that I wanted to address. And then I wanted to say... Okay, so Dustin Daly put up a tweet yesterday, and he is making a video, as is Nick Snyder, and as Rich Lux, about Raw Beauty Kristi. But Dustin put up this tweet yesterday, or 2 days ago, and it said, no, and then he added Raw Beauty Kristi. I like you, but you supporting James isn't it. Gonna have to check out from your content now. And somebody said, did you see Peter Monn's newest video? She called him. She does not support James and is making a new video, and Peter is going to follow her again after she makes the video. And this person put it underneath her, this didn't age well. Okay, so first of all, Kristi has still not made her video, okay? It has been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it's been 4 days. She hasn't made her video yet. And that is not what I said, okay? And this is kind of like the game of telephone a little bit. And this is where, when we take people's things that we say, this is why drama channels are important, okay? Because, you know, we keep things historically factual, okay? We are history keepers over here. That's why this is history class today, drama class. That is not what I said in my video. I did not say if Kristi made a video, I would follow her back. Go back and watch that video. What I said is there would have to be action to follow, and I would watch to see, okay? That is what I said. I never said if Kristi made a I never said a blanket statement that if Kristi made a video, I would follow her. In fact, I even said that she said, and if you follow me again, I'll soft block you, and we laughed about it, okay? I also said in my video yesterday, there will be no following of Kristi for me, okay? I don't even care if she becomes the most changed person in the world, sees 16 therapists, and on and on and on. I'm not interested in her anymore, okay? I really, to be honest with you, I am somebody that in my life, and I have been, and I've had many of my personal friends, my husband, my best friend, everybody in my life says, you give people too many chances. I probably do, because I hope for change and growth. And I'm grateful that people have given me chances, okay? But I went back and I looked at some videos of Kristi's last night. She has talked about the James situation. She does know about the James and Toddy situation. So she also, when she's discussing those things, she speaks out of both sides of her mouth. So she'll say something to the effect of, like when all that stuff was going on and private messages were being exposed and legal got involved, how did she know that if she wasn't watching all the drama videos or everything going down, okay? I don't even think if you ask most people about the whole situation with James and Toddy. I mean, Toddy came out and talked about how she'd have legal approve her video. That means that Kristi watched that video, okay? That means that there's no other way that Kristi would know that. So Kristi watched that video. Kristi knew exactly what was going on, okay? And this is in her video, if you want to go reference it. It's called The Downfall of the Beauty Community. It's from a year ago, okay? So Kristi knew exactly what was going on. It's also thread throughout many of her videos. But what she says when she says it is, I mean, I'm not on social media a lot, and I don't really interact with these people, so I don't really know a lot about what's going on, which is exactly how she played it to me, and I think it's an act, okay? I think it's Kristi acting like she doesn't really know what's going on, but then she references in the same video the importance of drama channels. I think she's scared to death of being the drama is what Kristi's about. Well, Kristi, you're the drama today, okay? Because you're following a predator, or you followed a predator, and you unfollowed him, and now it looks performative because you haven't come out and discussed it with your audience, which I'm going to get to in just a second, okay? But I think that's what she was afraid of, because she was basically kissing her ass in this video and talking about the importance of drama channels, okay, and the part that we played in the downfall of the beauty community and things like that, right? Okay, that everybody was eating up the drama and things like that. Girl, I don't know about you, but listen, we're still here thriving, okay? I don't know about beauty influencers, but drama channels, there's a lot of people for us to talk about. Colleen Ballinger, she ain't no beauty influencer. Okay, Tana Mojo, she ain't a beauty influencer. Trisha Paytas, she thinks she is, but she's not, okay? There's a lot of people for us to talk about that aren't beauty influencers, trust, okay? So we're still here and we're still thriving and we ain't going nowhere, okay? And if I gotta change my channel to a Real Housewives channel, I have no problem doing that. I just love to make videos and share my opinion, okay? So, you know, it is what it is. And she's made numerous videos about this, okay? Or slipped it into numerous videos. And she always acts like, well, I didn't really know what was going on. But then she references something that I'm like, girl, the only way you knew that was if you were watching it closely. Because I can tell you right now, if I say this in a video, there are going to be people in the comment section who are going to be like, I had no idea that Toddy said that she had to have her legal team approve it. They didn't remember it or they didn't watch that video. I know that. So Kristi was watching it very closely. So for her to play to me like she didn't know, we're not doing that. Okay, okay? So, I do... Is it raining outside? My Lord. That's why I knew I shouldn't sit outside today. So, you know, I give people a lot of second, third, fifth chances. I'm thankful that people did for me in my life, right? But I'm done with Kristi. There will be no following of it again, okay? For me... In all honesty, Kristi is really no better than the Mannies and the Lauras and the Jeffries and I don't care, okay? I know she takes great offense to that because she said she didn't want her name next to the predator to protect her. When you are supporting a known predator that now we know you had knowledge of, okay? And you're continuing to support him, and you're continuing to like his pictures of his new launches, which when people see that, they go, well, if Raw Beauty Kristi likes his new launch, then maybe I should check it out. Okay, Kristi, this is where your power is important, and I don't think that you act like, oh, I was just scrolling through pictures liking it. Really, girl? You were just scrolling through pictures and you saw James Charles' reel of him announcing his painted release, and you just happened to just like it like you're liking any other picture? Bullshit. That is a lie. You lied to me, girl. Okay? Seriously? You lied to me. All right? So when people see that and they go, well, if Kristi likes James Charles' makeup and Kristi supports James Charles and I respect Kristi, then maybe James Charles is okay to buy his makeup. That's why it's problematic, Kristi, okay? So you don't like the word predator protector? Come out and address it, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, okay? You've had 4 days. You posted some picture about singing in the rain last night, then you took it down, and people are calling you out for it. Numerous people are sending me messages where they're DMing you and asking you about why you're not addressing this. You talk about affiliate links, and you talk about hats and sponsorships and all this bullshit yesterday. You know what people want you to talk about. We're going to get to that in a second. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say about all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I want to talk about, I guess we're going to go right into it right here. What I learned from Raw Beauty Kristi. This is going to stop in a minute, so hold on a second. This is another long video. Y'all wanted it. Or maybe not. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, I want to talk about what I learned from Raw Beauty Kristi, okay? And I went back last night because I wanted to kind of fact check, and so I watched some of her videos. And in the video where she talks about the downfall of the beauty community, she's talking about drama channels. She talks a lot about drama channels, actually, in that video. And she talks about the messages behind the scenes that were going back and forth between influencers. Now, I don't know if she's talking about the alleged voice notes that Jeffree Star's talking about that he has about James Charles. I don't know if she's talking about what, but, like, that has to be part of it because those were the only alleged leaked messages that were coming out at that time, okay? Or messages between James and Toddy, or messages between, I mean, she was watching this closely. Then she says, but I don't really know what was going on because I'm not that much on social media. Girl, listen, you live on Instagram Reels, okay? You live on Instagram Reels, all right? She even says in the video that Michaela Nogueira is so honest. Girl, you have a bad judge of character, okay? You are a bad judge of character. I said have, but you are a bad judge of character. She goes on and talks about all this kind of stuff, right? So, you know, at first, I was holding out some hope for Kristi. And I mean, I guess I still am, but to be honest with you, you know, when they say that the opposite of love and hate is indifference, I'm indifferent at this point. I really don't care, okay? Do you, Kristi, okay? I think everybody's starting to see who you really are. And, you know, the amount of videos that I watch where Kristi talks about, well, there's more money to be made on TikTok. TikTok is where the money is now. TikTok is where they're getting sponsorships. TikTok's where the money is now. And then you go back and you watch her other video and she talks about the controversies and she talks about the downfall and how much money there was to be made on YouTube and how much money there was in the beauty space. And there was money here and there was money there. And then she talked about her collab that she did and she was so grateful for that collab. And she's talking about money again. She's talking about money here and she's talking about money there. And she even said to me on my phone that, like, you know, she supports her family and we all do. We all do, sweetheart, okay? And she goes on and on and on about all this kind of money stuff. And then I start getting all these comments for people saying that, like, Kristi, every video she does is sponsored, and she does a sponsorship with HelloFresh, which is problematic because they're union busters, which I was not aware of. I actually did a video bashing HelloFresh. It's on my, it's in my rants somewhere. So, I think it was HelloFresh. It was one of those ridiculous meal prep services. My husband, or not my husband, my cousin, her husband loves those. She doesn't use HelloFresh. I can't remember which one he uses. It's something Chef or something like that. But anyway, but I went and looked. I was like, yeah, a lot of these are sponsorships. So, Kristi, you obviously really care about the money too. So, the other thing that was interesting was, and I knew this from talking to her on the phone, but I wasn't going to say it, but y'all can find out the same information as me. When I watch her video about the downfall of the beauty community, she's in there and she's talking about all these people riding around in private planes. And I was like, it's like Scooby-Doo with the, ear. And I was like, I mean, listen, okay, I am a private detective, true crime drama channel, okay? Somebody asked yesterday, what is a cozy mystery? Okay, so I love cozy mysteries to read, and I'm writing one. I'm writing a series, okay? Cozy mysteries are, like, basically, it's the same story, okay? You have, like, a jaded person. It's either usually a woman or a gay man, but very rarely is it a gay man, but it's usually women. And they're jaded, and, like, their husband cheated on them and left, or they lost their job, or something like that, right? But, like, they're usually jaded by some, like, somebody betrayed them, okay? So they have no other recourse, you know, other than, and they're usually, like, between the ages of 30 and 50. And they have no other recourse other than to move home to where they grew up, which is, of course, the most idyllic town in the entire world, right? Like, cobblestone streets, and bookstore after bookstore, and coffee shop, and bed and breakfast. They're always really cute, right? And then it just happens that when they move back, their great aunt that they never even knew existed, she owned a bed and breakfast with a diner below, you know, and she died, and she left the whole thing to her, right? And so now she moves into this bed and breakfast, and of course she always has, like, you know, like a dog named, you know, Max, or a ferret named Judy, or something like that. There's always an animal. And there's always a lot of cozy food, okay? Like pies and cakes and casseroles, and some cozy mysteries actually have recipes in them. And so then there's a murder that occurs, okay? And she always falls in love with the town sheriff. That's always, like, the thing, right? Is they always fall in love with the town sheriff. Or there's usually two love interests. But it's usually one of them's the town sheriff. Like the Misfortune series that I love, town sheriff, okay? Campgrounds and criminals, town sheriff. I mean, it's usually always the town sheriff, okay? The Josh Lanyon series about Scandal and Scrabble or something like that. It's a gay character. He owns a bookstore. And he falls in town with the town sheriff. I mean, it's always the town sheriff, right? I mean, it's kind of very Hallmark movie-ish, but the murder's always like this. So, like, the one that I love by Maddie Day that takes place in southern Indiana, like, she opens this, like, vintage diner kind of place. So, anyway, and this woman that's, like, she immediately dislikes from when they grew up together, like, is murdered, and, like, they throw her through the front window of her diner. I mean, it's pretty tragic. But they're never violent, and there's never a lot of sex in them, okay? But she's got one of her world-famous cheddar biscuits in her mouth, so everybody thinks she did it. They're always like that, okay? But there's always kind of, like, eccentric characters or really well-developed characters that you fall in love with. I just love them. And there's always, like, 30 books in the series, so you never get tired of them. That's what a cozy mystery is. Okay. So what I learned from Robbie D. Kristi. Okay, what I learned from Robbie D. Kristi is that she's a liar, first of all, and that she's money-focused. And I think the thing is that Kristi is so... I mean, she is... I think this is what attracted me to Kristi all along, is that Kristi is really well spoken. And what I mean by that is that she really can articulate and get points across in a way that people are like, when you're watching her, they're like, yeah, oh yeah. Like, I find myself doing that with her, right? Like, she'll say like, right, a lot. Another thing interestingly enough, that I noticed when I was watching this Downfall of the Beauty Industry, is that she speaks a lot like Manny MUA. Has anybody else noticed that before? Like, she even has mannerisms of his when she speaks and says things like him when he speaks, when she's doing a Get Ready With Me. Interesting. Oh, but this is what I was going to say. So she's talking about people flying around in private jets. And I'm like, Okay, the only people I remember flying around in private jets is Jeffree Star. Everybody else flies first class, okay? Jeffree Star and Toddy flew in a private jet, but you still follow Toddy, okay? She still follows Toddy. So then she's talking about all these people and their flex culture, but she doesn't really say anything. She talks about all their Gucci. Gucci. And I'm like, well, a lot of them wear Gucci, but Jeffree Star wears more Gucci than anybody, right? Then she goes in and she says this thing about Monn, and I'm like, okay, now, we know Manny MUA with his international male outfits is not wearing no Monn, okay? And I'm like, Laura Lee, she wears tracksuits. And, she looks, I think Laura Lee is an attractive woman, and I think she dresses very nice, and her brand looks cute, and things like that. Jaclyn Hill isn't wearing Monn, okay? I'm like, who is she talking about? Oh, you're talking about Jeffree Star, because Jeffree Star wears a lot of Monn. Okay, so Gucci, private jets, and Monn. Kristi obviously has a huge issue with Jeffree Star. Girl, this is my issue with you when I was watching the video is, just come out with your full chest and say it. Just come out and say what you have to say, okay? Just come out and say, I don't like Jeffree Star. I don't think he's a good person. Here, do me teach you how to do it. I, Peter Monn, do not think that Jeffree Star is a good person. I don't care for him, okay? There, I said it. I don't think Trisha Paytas is a good person. I don't think that Shane Dawson is a good person. I don't think Jaclyn Hill is a good person. I don't think James Charles is a good person. And Kristi, I'm starting to think that I don't think you're a good person, okay? Because you won't just come out and address situations. So the thing I learned from Kristi is that I gave her the opportunity to have this conversation with me. Now, it wasn't like, I didn't record the conversation. I don't know if she did. Hey, use the conversation, Kristi, if you recorded it, okay? I completely back up everything I said in that video. It wasn't like I said anything on that phone call. It wasn't like I said anything in the video that I didn't say in the phone call, and you know that, okay? I held you accountable for the things I said. I asked you a lot of questions, and you asked me for advice. So many influencers have called, and is this my later point or is this now? Yeah, I think this is part of my later, but this is the thing I learned from Kristi, right? The thing I learned from Kristi is that, number one, I'm done with Kristi. Number two, I don't want any influencers reaching out to me anymore. And they really quite honestly haven't ever since I said I didn't want their PR anymore. I don't really care about that. Send me your PR. Don't send me your PR. It's not going to affect my opinion about you. So if you want to send me your PR and you think I might show it on video, don't. James Charles, send me that paint and stuff. I'll throw it straight up in the trash, okay? I don't even care how much it's worth or if people, in other countries want it. I don't care. I will throw it straight up in the trash, okay? So anyway, and I will wear gloves while I do it. But, I don't really take such a huge issue with PR anymore. I think we're a different world in the drama community than we were back then. I think everybody, if they want to get PR, get PR. It's whatever, Nobody's sending me PR, nobody's offering it to me, but it is what it is, right? I don't feel that way anymore. Times change. But not a lot of influencers are reaching out to me anymore, but I will never talk to another influencer or give another influencer advice again. I've learned that. This was such backhanded manipulation. In all honesty, in retrospect, and I know Kristi is sitting there, and she is thinking to herself, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I did not manipulate. I think Kristi really believes that she did nothing wrong. I think Kristi has convinced herself that she really didn't know what was going on with James Charles when she knew absolutely everything. She said it in videos. I think that Kristi has convinced herself that she is this person that she shows you on camera, okay? So, I've just learned that I'll give people chances, but I'm not going to trust people online as much anymore. I'm just not, stayed in my own lane for a long time, and that's suited me very well. Now, I got this comment that somebody said to me, hold on a second, okay, somebody left me this comment, and I want to address this comment about Kristi. And somebody said, hold on a second, another problematic influencer I have to unfollow. Somebody said, I'm so surprised that you're coming down on a mentally ill person publicly because you believe she lied to you. It seems pretty clear that she's not doing well. If you can see through the steam coming off your tea, very mean girl cancel culture today. Okay, I will grant you that Kristi did not seem that she was doing well 2 years ago. Kristi seems like she's doing okay to me today. She's posting pictures of a hat that she got at Walmart yesterday and explaining affiliate codes to people. I don't understand, okay? And I've watched a couple of Kristi's last couple videos. I know she's going through some tough stuff in her personal life. We're all going through tough stuff, okay? I feel for her. I told her that on the phone. I said, Kristi, I'm sorry that you're going through personal stuff in your life. I said that on my video. Doesn't mean you can't unfollow James Charles. I mean, she could have unfollowed James Charles 4 years ago, okay, when it all happened. She stood by him all this time, okay, and wanted to act to me like she didn't even know she still followed him when she was liking his pictures on Instagram. Girl, okay? But I was not aware, okay, and it is what it is. Now, I want to tell you what I think Kristi's going to do, okay? I think Kristi's going to come out with a video. I think that she is going to... She knows she can't come out with a video and say and play dumb and say she didn't know anything because I've already outed that, okay? So she's going to come out with a video and somehow it's going to be directed towards me, okay? And that she's going through tough times. And I feel like this is kind of like the mentality that she's going to take. Like, how dare you come for me when I'm going through a really tough time in my life, okay? Well, I had a lot of support when I was going through tough times in my life. But I also had a lot of shit coming my way, okay, when I was going through really tough times in my life. And that didn't stop nobody from coming for me, okay? And I'm not, you know, Kristi, here's the thing, right? Well, first of all, I just want to say this. I checked with my therapist, and I checked with a very good friend of mine that is has his doctorate in psychology and runs a mental health facility, okay? And both of them, when I reached out to them, said to me, hold on a second, I asked my therapist, I said, so could I say in a video, okay, well, hold on a second. I said, question for a video, is addiction in 2023 considered a diagnosable mental illness? And he said, yes, it's in the DSM under the specific substance. So like alcohol use disorder, opioid use disorder, etc. And insurances recognize it as a condition that needs treatment. And they don't do that for all the other disorders in the DSM. There is some debate over whether it is a disease or a chronic condition, which it always has, but that's always been the case. And the reason I ask is because I haven't worked in treatment in a very long time, so I wanted to make sure of what it was in 2023. But most every mental health professional disagrees it is a neurological disease. And I said, okay. And so I said, can I say this in a video? Blah, blah, this is, and I explained the context. And he said, yeah, I think you could say that. In terms of severity, addiction leads to more deaths than any other mental health diagnosis by far. And then I said, thank you. Then I reached out to my friend, and he said to me, and I said to him, so I'm asking about this in a video, and I said, could I say that I have a diagnosable mental illness because I'm an addict and an alcoholic, even though I am in recovery? And he said, yes, the diagnosis would have the modifier in sustained remission, but it is still a legit diagnosis as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so, don't anybody ever come for me again, okay? Because as long as I am sober, or if I go back to using, either way, I have a diagnosable mental illness. So don't you dare fucking come for me ever again, okay? In a comment, on a tweet, or anything. If you're going to use that excuse, and you're going to let Kristi get out of this, okay? We're going through tough times. I don't know about diagnosable mental illnesses with Kristi. I haven't watched those videos, okay? If you want to bring that to my attention, I'll watch those videos. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking about Kristi following a predator. Okay? To me, that's apples to oranges. But if you're going to use that same thing, don't you ever fucking come for me again. Because I have a diagnosable mental illness that leads to the most, okay, deaths per year. So don't ever come for me again. Okay? Not one person out there. Because I am going to use this as an excuse. As if I would use that as an excuse. You know, people have used this for years against me, and they'll say, well, Peter said that when he came for him, that they said they were going to use, that it was going to lead him back to relapse. I never fucking said that, okay? If I said something to that effect, you took it out of context. Since day one of me being sober, I have completely, totally understood that nobody can get me sober and nobody can get me drunk. It is my responsibility to stay sober, and I don't put that on anybody. I don't put that on my husband. I don't put that on my best friend. I don't put that on my sponsor. I don't put that on you. I don't put that on anybody out there. If I pick up a drink or a drug, that's on me, okay? That's on me. I'm going to use that as an excuse to get out of shit online. Are you kidding me? But yes, I do have a diagnosable mental illness. And when I got out of treatment, it was down the road. Cannabis dependence, alcohol dependence, opioid dependence. I mean, it's on and on and on, okay? So anyway, That's the other thing I wanted to say on there, okay? About somebody coming for me and saying that. Okay, well, that's her get out of jail free card, I guess. So anyway, I wasn't aware that she was actively, and maybe she is, and if she is, like, I even said to her on the phone, okay, so this is the thing, okay? Look, Kristi, you could have fixed this if you did what I said. And I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person in the world. I'm not saying you would have got the same advice from anybody, any drama channel that you would have talked to, any commentary channel, right? You reached out to me for advice, okay? Just like every other influencer always wants to ask us for advice, okay? And even if you lied to me, if you did what I said, it would have fixed this. I told you, do not wait. Get ahead of this, okay? And come out and be honest with your audience. Listen, every influencer that has ever asked me for advice, I got my water right here. I forgot I had it. This is from last night. Is the price tag still on the bottom of that? Look at that. That is crap. Okay. Every influencer that has called me and asked me for advice, I always tell them the same thing. Just be honest with your audience, you know? And here's the other thing I just want to say. For all these defenders of Kristi and all these other predator defenders out there and things like that, right? You know, through the years, drama channels have been demanded. We better come out and talk about this. This person's in your community. You better come out and talk about this. You better slam against the wall. You better have an opinion about this, right? And we do, because we're forced to. Those days are done. Don't you ever tell me what to talk about in my channel. Don't you ever tell me what and demand that I better talk about something when you guys make a million excuses for all these fucking people and say, well, Kristi can't talk about this because of this. Well, Kristi can't talk about it because of that. Or, Manny shouldn't have to talk about it. None of these people should have to talk about their friends. Y'all demanded it from us, okay? You demanded it from drama channels for years. Well, this drama channel's friends with this person. What do you have to say about that? You better come out and talk about it, or you don't have any integrity and you're biased. If you don't come out and talk about this person, then you're biased. If you don't come out and talk about this person that's in your community, you're biased. People I didn't even talk to, but maybe one time in a DM, you wanted me to come out and make full-ass videos about it. And I did. And so did everybody else in the drama fucking community, okay? So quit using that excuse when it comes to Manny MUA, Laura Lee, Lipstick Nick, Jacqueline Hill, all these damn people, okay? You demanded it from us. Now the tables are turned and you don't want to hold it to your same your favorite influencers. You don't want to hold them to the same accountability. That's fucked, okay? Seriously? No, ma'am, okay? If Kristi had come out on a video on Monday after the phone call that we had, and she had sat down and just got honest with her audience, we would not be sitting here today, okay? This would be over. If she had been honest. Now, she wasn't honest with me on the phone. So I'm not saying if what she told me on the phone she put in a video. I'm saying if she had been honest. Now, I think Kristi's going to come out in the video and I think she's going to gaslight the hell out of me. And she's going to blame it on me or something like that. Or she's going to say, you know, like whatever. She's either going to thank me, okay, for bringing it to her attention. And basically like indirectly kiss my ass to act like she's not upset about it. Girl, you unfollowed me. You said you weren't going to unfollow me. I don't care, okay? But that sends a pretty clear message. You followed me with quickness, girl, okay? With quickness. I mean, literally, I put up my video yesterday, and within an hour, you unfollowed me, okay? I looked because I wanted to see if you had followed James Charles back. You might as well. You might as well follow James Charles back because you ain't making no other walks any other way, okay? Might as well follow him back. I don't know what, it doesn't obviously mean anything to you. Okay, but you literally unfollowed me within an hour of posting a video, and it took you 4 years to unfollow James Charles. Girl, get fucked. Seriously, give me a break, okay? And like I said, I don't care. I don't want her following me, okay? I don't want her following me. And I don't want to follow her. I don't want anything to do with her anymore, okay? But if you had done what I told you to do, and this is the thing, no, I don't have all the answers, I don't have anything, but none of these people listen to us. They always call us up, and they say, well, you're a drama channel, so you know how this is going to unfold. Yeah, I knew exactly how this is going to unfold. I knew you weren't going to come out and talk about it. I knew you weren't going to address it. I knew that in 2 or 3 days you were going to unfollow him, okay? And that people were going to call you out for it. It was going to look performative. I told you that, Kristi, okay? What I didn't tell you was that you were going to start blocking people and deleting people's comments because you couldn't handle the heat, which you've done, okay? And I knew that that was going to happen. And then you're going to get forced more into the corner. I mean, I've literally gotten, I don't even know how to tell you. So, I mean, I came home from the casino last night, and I had already looked at my Instagram before I left, and I came home, and I literally was just flooded with DMs of people leaving you comments that are being deleted, and people messaging you that you're not reading their comments or you're blocking them. I mean, girl, like, you need to come out and talk about this, okay? I told you that. Had you done that on Monday or Tuesday, you wouldn't be sitting in the shitstorm that you're sitting in today. So do not tell me that I am bringing you anxiety and stress, and that I am doing all this kind of stuff to a mentally ill person and all this kind of stuff, right? Please do not come to me and say that. I am a drama commentary channel that is responding to what somebody puts out there into the world, all right? And just to prove a point, like all these people that want to say, oh, you come for people, you hate this person, you hate this person, I think it has been very clear that I did not hate Raw Beauty Kristi before this, okay? I am extremely disappointed in her, and I am done at this point, okay? And I don't think she's any better than the rest of them. I really don't at this point. I really don't think she is. And so, you know, for me, I'm just like, so all these people want to say, you hate this person, you have a hate boner for that person. Did I hate Kristi? No, I didn't. In fact, I put out a video like 2 years ago that was singing her praises. I found that when I was searching stuff out last night, right? So I never did hate Kristi, okay? I still don't hate her. I'm not somebody that has hate in my heart. Like I said, the difference of love between love and hate is indifference. I'm indifferent, okay? But you asked for my advice and you didn't take it. Now you're sitting in a shitstorm. Girl, this is on you. Don't get in no video and blame me for it, because I will come 10 times harder. I'm telling you right now. If you get in a video and you want to play this off like everybody's coming for you and you want to victimize yourself, baby, you better strap yourself in, because you're going to see a video like you have never seen before, okay? You better just get in a video and say, absolutely, I followed James Charles. I liked his pictures. I knew what was going on behind the scenes, and I still did it anyway. And you know what? When you know better, you do better, and I'm not going to anymore. And I unfollowed him, and I'm not going to support him anymore. End of video. That's it. And let your people vote with what they think, okay? Don't be coming up with a bunch of excuses because you've already made them and they don't work, okay? Don't be throwing me under the bus because I called you out. Just because I was the first one to call you out. Now all these other people are going to call you out. Do not throw me under the bus, Kristi, okay? Because I said to you on the phone, I said, if I'm going to call out Manny, I'm going to call out this person, I'm going to call out that person, I'm going to call out all these people, right? It's only fair that I mean, I can't skip over you, or then you are manipulating me. Oh, no, I wouldn't want that. No, I totally understand why you have to call me out. Which I now think is total manipulation, okay? Because then you got pissed because I doubled down and you unfollowed me. Because you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, okay? Girl, just make your fucking video. You know, this is the thing. Gabby Hanna asked me about these brushes years ago, okay? That she sponsored these brushes and whatever. I don't know what to do. People are freaking out, blah, blah, blah. This is the same video where she told me that Jeffree Star uses the offensive language, and that Shane Dawson told her that because Jeffree Star tried to tape Shane Dawson and get him to say the same language, okay? That's the same conversation where I told her about that. The same conversation where she told me that she didn't like Shane Dawson because she was such good friends with Shane Dawson, and that he did a video talking about setting up his cameraman on a date when she was his girlfriend, Andrew's girlfriend, and Shane, like, was part of their lives, and then she's still friends with Shane. I mean, she has such a bone to pick with all these people. Why she came out with that stupid series when she could have actually told the truth and ruined some people. I mean, she could have come out and told the truth about Jeffree Star. She's so scared of the man. I'm not scared of Jeffree Star. I don't give a fuck how much money that man has, okay? I don't give a fuck. I've heard from so many people behind the scenes that he still uses racist language. I think he does it today just because he knows he can get away with it, okay? I think it's sick. And y'all buy into it. But his makeup's so good. I don't give a fuck. There's not better makeup out there in the world. There's not cheaper makeup. Y'all need a $52 palette every 2 months. Give me a fucking break, okay? But she didn't want to take my advice. I said, Gabby, address it in a video. Put it at the part of the beginning of the video and move on. It will go away. There will be new drama that comes up. People will forget. But be honest with your audience. She didn't take my advice. Blew up into a sandstorm, okay? Kristi, same thing. James Charles didn't listen to my advice. That was the last time I ever fucking talked to him, okay? I told him, hire a PR person. You need somebody to be guiding you through this because you got too many fucking scandals. That was right before Toddy's video came out. You know? I said, you need to get a PR person and you need some help, James. That was before I even knew about the allegations. I didn't even know about the allegations at that point, right? Okay. Trisha Paytas, I gave the same advice to. She didn't care. Oh, no. And this is the thing. Y'all want me to talk about mental health and worry about mental health people for years, okay? I would call people because people would say, can you do a welfare check on Trisha Paytas? So I would call her, okay? And I'd say, hey, Trisha, or I'd text her and I'd say, I'm really worried about you. Your fans are worried about you because you're like crying on the kitchen floor. And she'd go, ha, ha, ha. That was all just for views and that was for a video. I'm on my way over to Shane's house right now. I'd call her 3 weeks later. Girl, people are really worried about you. Like, you seem really upset. You don't seem okay. Oh, no, that's just for the video. It was all just for the video. I did that like 2 or 3 times. You know what I finally decided? I'm done caring, okay? Then she wants to get in videos and talk about how she was 5150 and people are doing welfare checks on her and stuff like that. Girl, I called you. You said it was all for the views. I don't know what to believe from that girl, okay? But all these people, and more and more and more, probably every influencer that I have ever talked about on this channel, has had called me at some time or another and asked me what to do to get out of a situation. And every fucking single time I tell them, just get honest with your audience. They deserve it from you. They have paid your bills. You deserve it to hear it from them, okay? But they don't want to do that, right? Okay, so then they end up in the shitstorm that they're in. And this is not just me. I want to make that clear. This is every drama commentary I have ever talked to that has any kind of following. Every influencer has talked to them as well. Okay. Do not contact me moving forward. Please do not. Okay. I don't want to hear from any influencer. I don't want to hear from you. Okay. Do not contact me. I am only responding to what you put out there in the world. Remember that. I'm a drama commentary channel, okay? I'm not making this shit up. I'm not doctrine evidence. I am just responding to what is put out there in the world. What you put out there in the world. The people that you like. The people that you follow. And somebody said, is it really that big of a deal if Kristi is liking pictures and she is following James Charles? Yes, it is a very big deal, okay? Because Kristi is regarded as a makeup expert, a beauty influencer that has had her own collabs and reviews makeup on YouTube and other spaces. When people go to Kristi, okay, and they go to her Instagram or they go to James Charles and they see, oh, she liked it, that must mean she supports it. That must mean that she's excited about this release, that she supports James Charles in this launch. Maybe I should buy it too. Raw Beauty Kristi is helping putting money in the pocket of a predator. I'm sorry, Kristi, you don't like the term predator protector, but you are literally protecting the career of somebody that is a self-proclaimed predator. I don't know what you don't see about that. I'm sorry you don't like the language. You tell me the words you want me to use, and I will continue to use those words in the future, okay? But right now, the aptly appropriate term is predator protector. Sorry, you don't want it? Come out and address it. I don't know what else to tell you, okay? I think the biggest thing I've learned from all of this is that I think because, and I know you guys are going to be like, there's some of my haters out there that are going to be like, that's such bullshit. People used to think I scripted my vlogs that I did for an hour and a half. I scripted them every single day. Get fucked. It's literally stream of consciousness, okay? I think because myself and the people that I talk to that are online literally just get in front of a camera and wing it and just share their opinion and they're just authentic and genuine. I think, like, I mean, even when I was like a dumbed down version of myself, I still was myself, right? So I feel like because of that, I just assume that many of these people, until they've proven me otherwise, are the same. And I accepted that as the truth of Kristi. And this is the danger with this, okay? Is that if Kristi was able to unknowingly or knowingly manipulate me to believe her, okay, then she has that same power over her audience and the people that are buying the products that she endorses and supports, future collabs, past collabs, things like that, right? And if it is about money, because she talks a lot about money, then she is protective of her money, right? Fix your money, Kristi. I don't know what else to tell you, okay? Stop protecting these people. Get on the right side of history. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.